I have an amazing Bitcoin technical analysis for you today. I'm going to be coming into this one with full of confidence and positivity. We got some great winning trades underway, but I want to be talking you through what we're looking at next. I want to be focused on the epic harmonic pattern that I am trading right now, which is just absolutely dictating highs and lows of the market. It is wonderful and you're going to love it. I want to be talking you through that harmonic. Okay, and what we're looking at in terms of the next upcoming trades, when we hit this harmonic target, are we looking for some shorts? I have not taken a short, by the way, on all of this rise to the upside thus far, but I have got my eyes set on this harmonic target short. Anyway, I'll talk you through that in this video, as well as the start of what have we just started today. We've started October, right? You got that one. It's a funny one. I kind of make a joke out of this because at the start of September, everyone was like, oh, September's such a bearish month. We're going to get a massive move to the downside. Oh, September's always bearish. And guess what? September ended positively and it ended green. So, it just goes to show that, expanding on from that, when you do get a green September, then generally speaking, October is very green and very large to the upside. But I will always say this, that these are kind of just news article type hype words, right? So I couldn't care less if, last year, the year, if the previous years, months, whatever, were historically bearish on this month. That doesn't offer me a trade. I'm a trader that cares about making profits. I care about taking good trades. And you tell me, oh, September's normally bearish. Okay, I couldn't care less. Does that give me a trade, long or short? No. What I care about is the precision. Okay, the real levels, the real liquidity, the real patterns such as the harmonic that I'm going to be talking you through today. This is what can give trades. This is what can give profits, not just, oh yeah, we normally see a bearish September. Who cares about that, right? I will always say that. Generally speaking, we get a very, very bullish October now. I couldn't care less. Does that offer me a trade? No. I will talk you through what offers trades as we move on to the technical analysis today. So I think you're going to absolutely love this one. I please just urge you to listen carefully because truly, I'm kind of on fire right now with these charts. So let me give a very quick recap. I'm going to fly through this as quickly as possible. But because the last YouTube video I made was over a week ago. I've already not been active on YouTube. I have been very active on the charts though, but here on YouTube, not so much. But anyway, I'm here today for you all. But a quick recap over what we've been looking at. So back on the 25th, 26th of September, you saw the dips to the downside, as you can see here, the low being put in on the 26th of September, right? We saw the large move to the downside from the range point of control. Just to really quickly recap this for you, right? We've hit into that range point of control. We hit into the CC Fibonacci from high to low. We hit into the CC. We hit into the range point of control. In there, we got a little bit of a swing failure pattern, right? So we swing failure pattern onto the CC. And from there, it was down, 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 down. You had the abandoned baby. You had all of it going on, all those bearish patterns. Brought us all the way back down to the lows towards $108,000. In the end, holding a higher low. At this low on Bitcoin, down here on the 26th, of course, we see the sideways 25th, 26th, 27th, and in on the 28th on the night is when we broke up. I was making it very clear, and this is why you got to be following over on X. Told you all, Ethereum was going to be going below $4,000 before it breaks $5,000. This is an absolute amazing midterm buy. ETH below $4,000 to me is a great buy for the midterm swing trade. I could be wrong, of course. We've got to have risk management, but happy to buy below $4,000. Not only me, but the legend Severin also confirming the long trade that he has taken there on Ethereum. As you can see here, he was actually calling this weeks in advance down to around that $3,900 zone for a very nice long trade, and it went exactly as he was looking for, right? So, just to say, this is not hindsight. This was posted while you were still there below $4,000. Okay, I also expand upon this. I was buying a Solana, $195,000. Again, this is right at the very low, the 25th of September, 7:30 p.m. UK time. Go and do your own research. But I mean, I can show you right here. There is the lows being put in all and around. If we come down to the 1 hour chart, you can see the low put in there, 7 p.m. So exactly as you're getting these lows put in here, it's looking super, super, super bearish. What am I doing? Becoming super, super bullish. And I'm saying I'm buying here. We're buying Ethereum. We're buying Solana. This is the time that we are heavily loading up on altcoins, and I've actually not traded altcoins for a long time. I've really had my full focus on Bitcoin because that for me is where the opportunity's been, but I've recognized now the opportunity is switching to altcoins. So at those lows, I was loading up on Solana, I was loading up on Ethereum, and well, the results have been absolutely outstanding. And then we obviously got this move to the upside. We got a little bit of a breakout on Sunday. And then since then, I just want to be very clear and transparent. I've taken 0 shorts, and every day I've been saying higher prices will be coming. If you have been shorting, it's time to join the best at chart champions. It's so simply put. Why? Because I've been following this harmonic. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick cough. There we go. This is the harmonic that I've been trading. And this one was, really outstanding, to be honest. We obviously went from X to A. The B was put in at, and you can see here, perfectly at the 618. So real perfectly into that 618. And so after the perfect point of control, range point of control and CC rejection, we had this harmonic in play, right? And this was amazing. The way they absolutely held the 886, actually bottoming out there at 0.868. So within, within a less than 0.1%, we see the low put in for a valid harmonic right there at $109,000. We're searching now for another $10,000 rise to the upside, at least for point D, right? And, really simply for me, loaded up on Solana, recognized that the harmonic is absolutely still valid here. It's not been invalidated. If we had lost the 86, which didn't happen, then it would have been invalidated. But yeah, as we were getting these breakouts, as you can see here, not taking any short trades on Bitcoin, no big resistance, would like higher. Each day, the same for me. Got a massive bag of altcoins. But, oh yeah, this was a funny one, right? This was my invalidation, $108,466. That missed by a few little dollars there, but just continuing. No short trades for me, nothing random. This is why my stop loss was there at the 886. Harmonic and nothing more, still no short trades. And then again, we're over a general chat. But, the same for me has really been, kind of simple. I'll just do a very quick 1-minute recap here and then we're going to move on. We hit into the range point of control. We got the rejection. We came down towards the lows here where we came into the 886. This is where we got the confirmation of a very strong harmonic pattern. Okay, so this was again back on the 25th September. I think you can see that. 25th September, we hit into the 868. This gave us, of course, still valid harmonic patterns at this point. I did not load up on Bitcoin, but I loaded up on Solana and I loaded up on Ethereum. I actually have a challenge account open, which I can show you some of these trades. This tab is my challenge account. So as you can see here, I loaded up on Solana, literally on this account, $196. Okay, and this is a fully leveraged trade. The account balance, of course, I started this account 3 weeks ago at $26,000. This account now sits at $42,000. I'm on to double the account in 1 month. So this is a fully long leveraged Bitcoin trade. I'm here in times 10 leverage, and I'm also long on Solana as well. So again, fully leveraged out this account, using up nearly all my margin. Now I've got a little bit more available margin simply because of the profits that I've made. But yeah, I was fully confident, right? Loading up heavily on the alt. Again, this is a challenge account that who really cares about it in terms of the dollar value, but to understand the thought processes here. And you can see some of these very good at taking profits at the highs, loading back down on the dips, right? All longs taken at the lows, all take profits taken at the highs, like each step of the way. Been trading very well on this account, and again, that's grown absolutely wonderfully over the past few weeks. But of course, I'm still looking for more. Anyway, that's enough talking for me on terms of what's happened there. We're going to be talking about what we're looking at next. That's what the meat and potatoes of this video is going to be, right? So what I want to show for you all here, of course, is the harmonic, this absolutely epic harmonic pattern from the CC to the 88, well, ever so slightly into the 886, which was just wonderful. Same invalidation there, as you can see how so close it was to being hit, but close but no cigar. The long survived, and so did my positions, right? Anyway, well, where I'm looking at here is around $120,000. Where we are going to be sitting into the range value area high. We are going to be sitting into the harmonic target. We are going to be sitting into some Fibonacci retracements. Okay, you can see this is going to be coming in around a 786 type zone. So we're talking about, do I think this is a crazy massive resistance? 120. Again, I would really say give or take $1,000 either side, 119 to 121. Is this for me a massive resistance level? My honest answer is no. I do not think this is a massive resistance level. I think that we can I think the only option that I'd look for here, so let's say we do make our way up to this level, the only trade I'm going to be looking for, of course, is a short. I would look for some lower term time frame absorption, lower term time frame entry trigger. And if, again, this is a very big if that is given, then I would take a short trade there. I would take the short trade there. But I am more under the thought process that we are going to, rather than getting a full reversal, we're actually going to be pushing towards all-time highs. Like, I am more bullish right now on Bitcoin than I am bearish. I am leaning much more bullish. I am in long trades. I am on my main account. I still have my short from all-time highs, but that's it. I'm not holding lots of different shorts. I'm holding lots of different longs on Bitcoin, on altcoins. I'm very exposed, very leveraged, to the long side. So naturally, of course, I'd like all-time highs. But I recognize it doesn't really matter what I'd like. I do have to trade the charts. And it's all well and good having these like epic predictions, right? This was all well and good because it's making a lot of profits. But at the end of the day, man, my throat is struggling here. I just want to say this. At the end of the day, we can make predictions, but and I mean this from a connecting level, it's not about the predictions, it's about the profits. Okay, it's all well and good. You see lots of people nowadays, they're able to produce all these lovely charts, they're able to talk a lot of talk, but they're not able to produce the profits. I don't want you to fall down into this rabbit hole of, doing all this chart. You want to get the trades, you want to get the profits, right? And the only way of doing that is, of course, you do have to mix predictions, but it's mixing predictions with what? It's mixing predictions with confidence. This is, of course, me publicly speaking while we're getting massive drops to the downside. More than obvious, this is for me happily longing. What are we trading at now? Ethereum's trading at what? $4,300, right? This is epic rises to the upside. But you had to have the confidence in buying the drops. Same on Solana. I had to have the confidence in buying down here around $195. Now we're trading $217, right? This is nearly a 15% rise to the upside. So, it's all well and good making the predictions, making the, talk the talk, but you got to be able to walk the walk. You got to be able to take the trades. You got to have the confidence to actually put your money where your mouth is, right? And that's where I want to get you to that level. And what I mean by this, why I talk about it so much is, well, I can have the prediction of looking for around $120,000, but it's not just about the prediction, it's waiting for the reactions. So this is the kind of steps that you go through. Number one is you do have to make predictions. You do have to do your technical analysis, right? And then you can have a bullish plan, you can have a bearish plan, but you trade just one. You trade the highest probability, right? You trade the highest probability. You've got your plan. Then it comes down to literally having the confidence to take that trade. But what gives me the confidence to take those trades? It is my order flow understanding. So it's that reaction in the order flow. So it's kind of a three-step part. You have to make your plans with your technical analysis. Well, then, of course, you have to wait for that plan to be hit. You're looking to trade only one plan, your highest probability. When that level, such as $120,000 is hit, I make an informed decision. Okay, I will look at the order flow. I will make an informed decision. Have we got bearish signs? Have we got absorption? Have we got anything bearish in this order flow that warrants me taking a short? If the answer is yes, I will take the short. If the answer is no, I will not take a short. And very simply, exactly what happened this morning. I actually had interest in shorting $115.2 thousand. I actually taught my team through this today. Yeah, as I said in the live stream on Monday, as I said in my live stream on Tuesday, again, I've been doing live streams here for the champion members, but I'm not here on YouTube. But on Monday, I done a live stream. On Tuesday, yesterday, I done a live stream. I was saying that this $115,000 zone is very small level on the higher term time frame. What I mean by that, when you actually zoom out, this $115,000 doesn't look like a big level. Of course, locally on the lower term time frame, we had some confluence. But really simply, we went through the level, like I say, sometimes like butter. And so far, no reaction. So, of course, no short trades, happy for higher. But I had interest. I had alerts at $115.2 thousand. But look at that. You go straight through the level. I would be barbaric to try and short this when there's clearly no reaction. And in the order flow, this is what I would class as neutral. There was nothing bearish in this order flow. So, that's the key here. That's what I want you to understand. I have my plans. I take my trades. I have full confidence in my analysis. I'm very confident in my analysis. That's how I will publicly make these strong predictions. That's how I will privately, let's say in my group, make these strong predictions that I'm buying the Solana. I'm getting in the longs on the lows. I'm not getting scared. I'm not taking shorts, but I'm confidently loading up heavily on my altcoins. Again, on my main accounts, I'll just tell you that I'm heavily back in altcoins. And, then it comes down to trading those reactions. And I just emphasize this one final time. I had a very key level here at 115.2. We went straight through the level. So guess what? Just simply no short trade, look for higher. And I will do that again at the high of point B. And I will do that, of course, here on this zone of around $120,000. If we get no reactions, if we get exactly like what happened here at 115K, well, guess what? I'm happy for this to go straight to all-time highs. Under my Elliott wave count, if you want to know my Elliott wave count, I shared that to the champions in my last champions live stream recently. So I will just say this though, my Elliott wave count is bullish. So if we're looking for this to be this continuation of our wave 3, absolutely this can pump to all-time highs, and it can do so relatively quickly here. So, that is my analysis. That is my walkthrough. Anything else that I wanted to say here before I end? I guess I'll just end with a little bit of words here and a little bit of a pep talk for you all, right? I think I view myself, I suppose, as a leader for you all, a captain, so to speak. I've even got my football jersey on. Let me show you this one because I absolutely love it. CC Paul. This is the football top, but like in football, I will be your captain. I'll be here guiding you, right? If you're a little bit confused, if you're a little bit stuck, it is my role to guide you. Again, I'm not here to do it for you because, well, I'm not logging into everyone's accounts. I'm not trading for anybody. I trade for myself, but I'm here to guide you. I'm here to educate you. I'm here to teach you, right? I'm here to show you the path. You can literally follow in my footsteps. And I'm telling you this with not to brag, but just to inspire and tell you, like, I'm trading very, very, very well right now. I'm reading the market very nicely. And I just want you to understand, if I can do it, and I have no special powers, I am a just total normal random guy, okay, that just dedicated himself to this. I have nothing special, right? And so if I can do this, and the only way I can do it is because of that amount of dedication. I truly, truly dedicated every single hour of my waking day to trading, and I've done it. I have met every single monetary goal you can think of, that you can dream of. I have done that. And I hope that inspires you, because if I can do that, there is no reason you cannot do that, because I'm also openly sharing everything I know. I'm not gatekeeping things. I'm not holding secrets. Everything that I know, every way that I trade, I have built into a full-fledged course. Everything that is here, everything that you need, I have taught, okay? Of course, there's one key step of that puzzle, which I cannot teach, and that is the experience. But you have to start by learning everything, and then you start to implement it. And it is through that experience where you gain that last key step, and that is confidence. Okay, I have massively high confidence, not through random reasons, not just because, I don't know, a lot of people have fake confidence. I have confidence because I've done it, because I do it, and I will continue to do this every single day. Trading is truly my passion. It's my life, you could say. I live for this. I live for the game. I love to win. I absolutely love to win. When I take losses on my trades, although we obviously talk about the importance of emotions and controlling those emotions in trading, you cannot be an emotional trader, right? When I'm in the zone and I'm focused, I'm not getting emotional. But when I step back, oh man, I'm celebrating my wins, and I get sad at my losses. When I miss trades or when I take some losses, of course, I'm not affected. It's not affecting my next trade, but I will get an emotional, effect. When I take the losses, I will feel sad. When I take the wins, I'm absolutely just generally happy. And again, this is not because of the monetary value. I don't care if I make 1,000, 1,000,000, 10 million. I don't care about the number. For me now, the numbers truly are not important. What I care about is just that sense of winning. I'm in this game for the love of the competition, for the love of being a champion. And I want you to be a champion with me. And I know this will be my final words. If you listen carefully, if you're not here searching for signals, if you're not just here waiting, oh, let's see what Daniel says. No, I want you to truly learn. I want you to go out and try it yourself. Get that experience. Okay, use me as guidance. You can do your own technical analysis and then see if I've backed it up. But get to that level. And I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. This market is here for the taking. This market is here for the taking. 2026 is going to be a massive year. We've got the last few months left of this year. Put it into practice, and next year, crush it. Absolutely crush it with me. And I will tell you this, I will be here every single day of the year, like I have been all of last year, like I was the year before that, 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 right? I am always here because I want to see you succeed. Anyway, champs, that's me. If you want, you know where to get more of me, and that is chartchampions.com. That's where I'll give these trade updates. That's where I'll share these lovely trades. That's where you'll get the first, of course, of the Ethereum type trades, on the Solana type trades, the Bitcoin type of updates, everything that you need on that educational library, chartchampions.com, live trading the galore. Apart from that, you know what I'm looking at next, the next big targets. But of course, as I say for the last time, everything is a reactionary dependent. I will say this actually before I end. If we do end up getting a fake out today and we end up coming back down below 15,000, 115,000, I would take a short with a stop above the high of the day. So that's just something to bear in mind. I'm not against, okay, I would miss the absolute high of the move, but I would short on that weakness. But of course, preference right now is there is no weakness, so of course, higher. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed. Thank you ever so much. That's me signing out. Cheers, champs. Thank you, and goodbye.